Hello and welcome to Beyond Sunday, a podcast from Schweitzer Church. I'm Jason Leininger, your host, and in the studio today is Corey Lucivo, Pastor Corey, although today he's playing Pastor Corey Santa Claus.
That's right.
Welcome. And
Thanks.
Today you are here to talk about the Christmas marketplace.
Yep.
Now, you are going to have to start from the very beginning. What in the world is the Christmas marketplace?
Yeah, so as part of our partnership with Pittman Elementary, for the last few years, we've had a Christmas toy store where parents could come in and they would pick out toys that we gave out for free. The church was very generous. They would donate toys, and then we give them out to the parents so they could have a good Christmas with their kids. It was kind of a great community outreach. But over the last couple years, we had started to notice some patterns that we weren't super thrilled about. Parents seemed to be pretty embarrassed. They didn't want to look us in the eye. They certainly didn't want to talk to us. And there was just this kind of heavy weight over the toy store. We weren't getting the kind of turnout that we were hoping for. So last year, we decided to kind of revamp the whole thing, rethink the whole model, and move towards what's called an affordable Christmas market model. And what that means is rather than giving the toys out for free, instead, we charged a very small fee, about 10% of what they would go for in retail. Not for us, not so we could make any profit. We didn't keep any of that money. We gave it all back to the schools. But the really important thing was that change changed the whole dynamic between the parents and the church. Instead of us being the heroes for giving out really cool stuff, instead the parents were the heroes on Christmas because they found a great bargain. And so it was more dignifying and really built up the parents. And so last year it was just night and day, the difference that we saw. Parents were delighted to be there. They wanted to stay and talk. Parents could have gotten through the market, done everything they needed to do in about half an hour. Some of them stayed for an hour and a half just to chat. Everybody felt like equals, and it was just a lot more encouraging and a joyful experience.
About how many people came through the Christmas marketplace last year?
Yeah, we had about 64 families representing about 168 kids from our community. We invited 4 schools, but people loved it so much that they told their friends, and we ended up with parents from 13 different schools that came.
Oh, my goodness. Well, what are the plans that are shaping up for this year?
Yeah, so the model worked pretty well last year. So we're not looking to really reinvent the wheel again, but instead we've put a lot of energy into kind of streamlining things and just making it a little simpler. So rather than having it over a Friday, Saturday, where not a lot of parents came on Friday, we're just going to have a longer time on Saturday. We're kind of simplifying things a little bit as far as streamlining the process for the parents when they come through, instead of having to count each toy and price things up. Instead, they'll just be charged a flat rate per kid. Just making some small tweaks like that to try to make the process simpler.
Okay. One of the things that you've described along the way there is that we keep trying things. One of the attributes of Schweitzer is that we keep trying things and we keep modifying along the way because we learned from things that have happened in the past. And then we shift to the new future.
Yeah, so part of that process, one of the important things we've been doing over the last couple of years is building those partnerships with those 4 schools that we're partnering with. And we've tried to be really intentional both last year and then again this year about meeting in person with representatives from each of those schools to talk them through it, answer any questions they have, and most importantly, to make sure that we're meeting their needs as best we can and trying to figure out how we can make this the best it can be.
So what are the details for this year's marketplace? When's it happening? How can people participate and contribute?
So the Christmas market this year is December 14th. It's a Saturday. It'll be 9 to 3 that day in our church gym. And there are a few different ways you can that anyone can participate. We need volunteers. It's a great opportunity not just to do the work, but most importantly, to form relationships with parents from our community. And those conversations that happen between volunteers and parents were just so incredible, just absolutely life-giving. And so we need plenty of those. We'll have signups coming soon with 2-hour time slots, 3 of those throughout Saturday. And we also need donations. It wouldn't be possible without the generosity of our church. And so the last couple of years, our church has been incredibly generous, and we're very grateful for that. So the 3 weeks before the Christmas market, we will be having a toy drive. There will be bins outside the sanctuary and some other places around our campus where you can drop off toys for elementary school age kids. There will be some flyers with suggestions on kinds of toys to bring. And we also recognize that not everybody wants to go toy shopping, and it's also helpful for us to be able to do a bit of last minute shopping to kind of fill in the gaps where needed. So for anybody who doesn't want to go toy shopping, monetary donations are also welcome.
Awesome. If somebody wants to volunteer, do they have to come dressed as you are right now?
Sure don't. No.
Okay.
But we will provide the Santa hats for anybody who wants to.
Okay.
But last year we said, and we're saying this again this year, if you want to wear a fun Christmas sweater or something like that, a lot of people will be dressed pretty festive.
You said fun, but you didn't necessarily say ugly. Is that
Could
what
be.
you're going for?
Could be ugly.
Either one?
Yeah, either
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Maybe it's the same thing.
If you're listening to this, so I normally take in the Beyond Sunday podcast and other podcasts through audio means and not necessarily video. But if you're listening to this and you want to see what Corey is wearing, you're more than welcome to go over to the Schweitzer YouTube channel, look up Beyond Sunday, and see what Corey's looking like. Because it's a sight to behold. I'm just going to say. It's a sight to behold. It's an awesome sight. Well, thanks, Corey, for leading the Christmas marketplace. Do you want to say anything about the folks at True Charity that we heard about this from before?
Sure, yeah. So one of the partnerships that Schweitzer has formed over the last couple of years is with a nationwide community development network called True Charity. That was it's headquartered pretty close to us in Joplin, but there are organizations all over the country who get together and network and connect about how to do community development better. So they were a major inspiration for the reshaping of our Christmas market. They really encourage ways of doing community development that build people up, that dignify them, and don't just give handouts that kind of keep them pushed down. Yeah. And so the shifting towards the affordable market model has been a big piece of that, and they've been very helpful in getting us there.
Indeed. Yeah, thanks. A big thanks to True Charity for sharing the story of another community development corporation in another town, but they picked it up, shared it, and it's been influential here. So thank you so much. So December 14th, Christmas Marketplace happening on the Schweitzer campus. Parents from lots of different schools that we're connected with are going to be involved that day. If you'd like to help, contact Corey at Schweitzer.church. And then watch for those big bins coming up in worship.
That's right.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks for listening or watching. Thanks for your liking, sharing, subscribing, all those things. And we always look forward to seeing you on Sunday and beyond. Have a good day.